Coach, is that all the rest of the football players? Any other players? Okay, there's a few more names on here, so I'm not sure if they're players or not. Greg Worster, George Worster. Kelly Worster. Mike Tomlinson. Rob, do you want to say something? Your name's not on here.
Good evening. I'm Mike Tomlinson, a former football player for Penrith football team back in the 90s. I had Coach Hollenbach and Coach Hockman as my assistant coaches. Going to Poppy Field is adrenaline rush. I mean, the bus ride there, you get all hyped up. My kid is going to 10th grade next year. And he's looking forward to playing on Poppy Field. Taking Poppy Field away would destroy the tradition. Please save Poppy Field. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you Diane?
Yes, I'm Diane Tompkinson. I basically just wanted to say what my husband said, but as far as Coach Benton, I also went to Central Bucks, and I know if they took War Memorial Field away from us, how I would feel. But I also know I moved to Sellersville in 1995, where I met my husband, and I see him and his friends still through the years into the present day, and all the memories they have playing on Poppy Field. And as my husband said, we have a son, Robbie, coming up. He's played for the Green Jackets, and looking forward to him having many memories on Poppy Field. And I can remember when Robbie played flag football, some of the parents kind of joking back then, saying, you know, someday we're going to be sitting under the Friday night lights watching our guys play football. So just ask that you please keep Poppy Field, and if there's any fundraising or anything you would need help with, we would be willing to help for whatever it takes.
Thank you.
Good evening, how are you? Thank you. Sorry I didn't sign up. So let me just state for the record, I'm not here as a county commissioner, so this is not the opinion of the county of Bucks. I'm here as a resident of Penn Ridge School District and live in Bedminster Township and have 3 daughters. The oldest will be coming to the high school next year. But I thought it would be worth saying a few things. One, because I am an elected official, so I know the struggles and the challenges that all of us are dealing with when it comes to budgets and making decisions. So I thought I'd offer a little perspective there. And the other part of it is I grew up in Central Bucks and played at CB East, and I can attest to how difficult it was to play at Poppy Field. But I can also attest to the fact that we didn't have a stadium at CB East. And ironically, 20 years ago, I was part of the original committee to build a new stadium. And just this week, the school district is finally letting out the construction bids for that stadium. And I share that because, you know, I think of all the missed opportunities for that school in particular over the last 20 years, and they had some of the same difficult decisions you needed to make. Now, there were some other extenuating circumstances legally there, but in terms of making that investment 20 years ago and that opportunity to create the spirit and the tradition that we enjoy here in Penn Ridge. And so I'm not going to argue one way or the other for the options I saw that you put up. I think I just want to offer this point, which is I would urge you not to be short-sighted and take a look. I know it's a hard decision. I know a lot of people have good arguments about why you shouldn't spend taxpayer dollars in a certain way. But when you think about the long-term investment that you're making for tradition, for facilities, for what that represents for the school district, for the way we play sports anymore, we don't play them the way we used to play them 20 or 30 years ago. We use athletic fields a lot. We need the right equipment. We need the right facilities to have in place. And so I know you have a tough decision to make as you go through this, and I feel the same types of pressures daily in my role. But I would just ask you to think about the long-term implications, how you can make the investments to have the right facilities that we need here in Penridge to represent the great tradition that we have, and to represent who we are as a school district. People do recognize that. I played 2 games here because I think we were away both of those years, and it is a unique thing coming here and playing and having that. But I got 3 girls. No offense, guys. So I don't have any football players. But I think it's not just about football, and I think somebody said that. It's about all the other activities, and it's a community asset. It's a community asset at the end of the day, and that's something that I hope you would consider when you think about that, how that can benefit the community and all the things that we enjoy here. So thank you for giving me a few minutes to speak, and appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Is there anybody else out there who wants? Anybody missed on the list who wants to speak? Let's have your name, please, okay?
Mark Funk, Broad Street, Berksey. I'm a little ignorant on the cost here, but I was told that some of the lighting repairs to the stadium are around $35,000. Is that true?
Well, we're going to be getting into that later
Okay.
on. To answer your question, not to be rude, it depends what lighting you're talking about.
Okay.
That's why we don't want to get into it back and forth right there this time.
Okay, I'm an electrical contractor. I'm 3rd generation. I know a little bit about this. Lights can be repaired. Cross arms can be replaced. Even poles can be splinted temporarily. We might get 2 more years out of them. I guess what I'm wondering is where these costs came about, and have you given consideration to temporarily keep the old lights going for a short time? I'd be willing to look at other alternatives. I don't know where you got your opinions from, but I'd be willing to do that. And I also understand there's some issues with the insurance of the bleachers. Have you solicited other bids from other insurance companies? Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Good question.
I'm sure that the vast majority of the people in the audience know who I am. I'm Jeff Hambach's dad. And so I come here, obviously, with a tilted idea of what should take place here. 1952, I walked on Poppy Yoder Field for the first time. 1952. And I haven't stopped walking on it yet. Fortunately, I quit coaching, and my son started to coach. So we kept it in the family in that respect. To take away Poppy Yoder from the feeling of Penridge, it's like a separation in marriage almost. I knew Poppy Yoder very, very well. Some of his grandchildren, I think, are in the audience tonight. But Poppy Yoder was a special kind of person, and consequently, what Poppy Yoder brought to the football field, he only coached for a couple of years, but what he brought to the field was something that you couldn't touch, you couldn't feel, but it was there. When you walked up to Poppy Yoder Field, you were walking to something special. And through all these years, since 1952, I'm still walking up there and enjoying Poppy Yoder Field. I really wish, and like the other persons have expressed opinion, I understand too that you people have to face the financial consideration. That's what you're there for. You're there to control spending and so on and so forth. But I would that you would really, really consider very seriously what the difference would be between going to another field and taking away Poppy Yoder Field. It's just a fantastic place to be. It's a fantastic fantastic place to take your children on Friday night for a football game. So many wonderful things about it. And I just hope and pray that you will find the right conclusion in your own mind as to what it should be. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do we have anybody else out there? Okay.
Hi, my name is Brian Coons, 1993 graduate of Penn Ridge. My father went to Penn Ridge, uncles, aunts, brothers, cousins, everybody went to Penn Ridge. My father was born and raised in this town, so was I, so I'm a lucky one. I wrote a letter. I realized we're going to be late here tonight, we're probably not going to read them, so I figured I'd read that and just add a couple quick comments. I'm fortunate to have been born and raised in Percy, Pennsylvania, to have graduated from Penn Ridge School District, class of 1993. My father was also born and raised in Percy and went through the Penn Ridge school system. We both realize that Percy is the best small town in the United States, and it's a great place to raise a family because of the morals and values of this community. I'm proud when I tell people that I went to the same school as my father, met my wife at Penn Ridge, and now I send my kids to Penn Ridge. I'm even more proud that my son will have an opportunity to play his high school football games at the same field that I played. That is why I believe the only decision to be made is to save Poppy Yoder Field and not move the games to the turf field. Will it still be football games if it's moved to a turf field? Yes, but it will not be Penn Ridge football. You will lose the camaraderie and acquaintance that embodies Poppy Yoder Field and the Penn Ridge community. Poppy Yoder Field symbolizes the hard-working blue-collar mentality that has built this town and built this stadium. I played football at Penn Ridge from the age of 7 through my senior year in high school. I was one of the lucky kids that got to play every single home game at Poppy Yoder Field, from Green Jackets all the way up through the Rams. My uncle played at Poppy Yoder Field 60 years ago and still goes to Friday nights to see the high school play. My brothers and cousins played at Poppy Yoder Field, and I remember going to watch my oldest brother play in high school and couldn't wait to get my shot to play under the lights of Poppy Yoder. I don't remember most of the scores from my childhood games, but I remember all the night games played at Poppy Yoder Field before I made it to high school. I remember the excitement of playing at night at Poppy Yoder on Halloween with the Penn Ridge Green Jackets, where it was so cold outside we had to go into the bathroom to warm up our hands. Nothing was more exciting than having the opportunity to play in 2 night games as a member of South Junior High football team in the inaugural South versus Central football games. Every kid on both teams got to feel important and special those nights and will always remember their chance to play under the lights. I have a son and daughter that will graduate from Penn Ridge High School. My son is in 2nd grade at West Rock Hill Elementary School and plays football for the Green Jackets. I am hoping he gets the opportunity to play high school football at Poppy Yoder Field. It would be an honor for our family and friends to sit in those stands at Poppy Yoder Field and cheer on my son and the next generation of kids that are lucky enough to experience the best stadium in our area. The definition of tradition in the dictionary is cultural continuity in social attitudes, customs, and institutions. You were elected by your peers to carry on the traditions of Penn Ridge School District. Poppy Yoder Field is one of those great traditions. You as a school board have the opportunity to make the right decision for our community. This is a historic decision that we've talked about for the next 100 years, and you have the choice to be remembered as a school board that did the right thing and saved Poppy Yoder, and not the school board that caved into a minority of people that want to make changes for change's sake. We live in a throwaway society, but some things are worth saving due to history that they hold. If our town did not believe in that, we would not have any covered bridges. Lloyd Poppy Yoder is a man that our area should be proud of, and stadiums should be named for, and should make it a focal point of our school district for all to see and not tuck it away behind a school where nobody can see it. I have faith that you'll make the right decision and save Poppy Yoder Field. I look forward to watching games there next year and beyond. It's just a great place to play. I know you put stuff in the paper today, you're constantly throwing costs out, what it costs to move to the turf field. I also am in business, and I look at it 2 ways. What opportunities are we losing? How much does the snack stand bring in on a typical Friday night that we're not going to get next year without a snack stand? How much other opportunities are there when you can pack that house, you have good parking, even though in the paper it says we don't have parking? I don't know how many people have been here for a Yellow Jacket soccer afternoon on a Saturday. That's 300 kids. There is no parking. Now you're going to have people parking on the other side of the school, walking up a field past the tennis court to a stadium, if we can call it a stadium, more like a field with bleachers around it. It just seems to me that the decision's been made and that we're now trying to be sold a bill of goods that might not be there. I think our community deserves to see a cost-by-cost analysis of what this decision entails. So far, I keep seeing cost to do the turf field, and we keep saying, well, it's cheaper than Papa Yoder. To me, you gotta put bleachers at that field. You gotta put bleachers at Papa Yoder, supposedly. If you're ever gonna be allowed to have night games, you gotta put lights at that field. We gotta replace lights at Papa Yoder. You have to build a snack stand at that field. We don't have to at Papa Yoder. You have to build bathrooms at that field. We don't have to at Papa Yoder. We don't have any tradition there on that field. We have 80 to 100 years of tradition at Papa Yoder. So please consider this and put the facts out before we make a decision so the community understands why the decision was made.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right now, my son and husband are cringing that I came up here. My husband is Ron Hockman, and he's a big part of what's going on tonight with your letters and everything else. He can't come up here because he would start crying. He is just so passionate about this field. I didn't get it. I married into this, and I just kind of wanted to come up and share more of what tradition means outside of a football field. Sometimes very educated people don't get the whole idea of the football camaraderie and what comes along with it. So when I married into the Hockman family, they have this dairy farm, and it's in glass bottles, and they hardly sell anything in the store. I'm like, why can't this be like Tabora? Or can't we put in a golf course like Freddie Hill has? You know, let's just start doing stuff, making money. And I didn't get it in the beginning. I really thought, you know, it was just ridiculous that they just kept putting money into this farm and buying more glass bottles. And the longer I've been around, the more I understand it's about tradition. His dad and his uncle dumped hundreds of thousands of dollars into a farm for the community. They do it for you guys. And if they didn't have that farm, I don't know where they'd be. So the football field is like Penview Dairy Farm. It's about tradition. It's about carrying things on for the community. As you know, Jeff listed all the things that we have in Percy. I didn't get it in the beginning, but I get it now. And it means a lot. It means a lot to the community. So if you don't think the football field is being important, the whole Papa Yoder thing, think about the other things. Think outside of the box. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, last call.
Hi, my name is Chandler Kwaku. I'm a freshman at Penridge High and a member of the football team. As a player, I remember the excitement I felt when coach told us that we were going to be playing at Papa Yoder Field. Hearing stories of its history and its wonderful times that Penridge students had made me feel proud to be a part of its history and a member of its community. When people talk about Penridge football, they talk about Papa Yoder Field. This field brings people together, teachers, principals, students, family, and friends, for a good time without stress. People are there to have fun, doing what they love, supporting Penridge football. As a sophomore, I am looking forward to playing at Papa Yoder Field and being a part of its long-standing history. When I think of Penridge Pride, I think of Papa Yoder. So please, do not take it to do whatever it takes to make Papa Yoder safe, accessible, and historical for generations to come.
Mr. Healy, you don't need a mic.
Charles Healy, Bedminster. I must have missed a meeting because the last meeting I attended, there was strictly talk about fixing up Papa Yoder Field and putting the lights back and the hard arms. And at this point, it seems like more has happened since the last meeting that I attended. There seems to be plenty of interest here to maintain Papa Yoder Field. I'd be interested later on to see the costs for repairing it and putting it back into playable shape. I can't imagine it's going to cost any more than buying a school bus, which would be $78,000. So I would be very interested in seeing what costs have caused this condition and this potential decision not to refurbish Papiota Field.
Thank you.